It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up, it'll be no holds barred between NFC South rivals. The action is only moments away, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
First opened in 1975, resurrected in 2006, we welcome you inside the Caesars Superdome, the home of the Saints, here in downtown New Orleans. Set for a good matchup in the NFC South, so glad you're with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, this is a division you know a lot about, and the rivalries within this division always kind of gives you a good game when it's NFC South against NFC South.
Yeah, and this is a division, Mike, that I've lived in for a long time in my career, and at one point, you can make the argument that it was the best division in football. But right now, it's the quarterback uncertainty. Do we have the quarterback of our future? Did we just draft one? Did we just sign one? What does that look like? 2 of the 4 teams, brand new coaches taking over control to start this season. No division won fewer games last season. They've got a lot of work to do before this division can hold a candle to some of the others we see throughout the NFL.
The Saints coming out, and the veteran leads them. It's their quarterback, Derek Carr, 9 years with the Raiders, now year 2 with the Saints. Greg, for a man who's now 33 years old.
There's no denying he is a passionate and productive NFL quarterback. But as good as he is, Mike, he just hasn't quite found a way to get over the hump to join that upper echelon of elite quarterbacks. He has this big arm. He can sling it all over the field. But that big arm is also what gets him into trouble sometimes. He needs to find that happy medium between taking care of the ball while still being aggressive. And if he can do that, he'll have as good a chance as any to come out on top.
2nd and 7. Throwing is Carr. Brought in by Chris Olave. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Carr now to throw on 1st down. Taken in right side by the tight end, Johnson.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Oh-ho! They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Carr working out of the gun. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. Little test of wills up front, huh, Mike? I mean, who wanted this one more? Who would get off the line quicker? Who would drive the other side backwards? Pretty impressive that not only are they the ones that won the battle, the defense knew what was coming and still couldn't stop it.
On 1st and 10, Carr. That'll be caught. It's Alvin Kamara. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
1st and 10. Play action now. It's Carr. And he is going to go down. They sack him to end the 1st quarter. So that'll do it for a fast-moving 1st quarter of play. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. More from New Orleans after this. Second down, Carr. He'll get it inside the 20. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down.
After that first down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on second down. That big chunk brings them from second and long to now at least third and manageable.
He gets that to his tight end, Moreau. And the Saints are going to be looking at a first and goal. He's out of bounds at the 3-yard line. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down. This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's first and goal. They'll run here with Kamara. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up second and goal. A little closer. Here's second and goal. Again, it'll be Kamara. And this time he will work his way into the end zone. Alvin Kamara. Touchdown, New Orleans. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Groupie able to add the extra point. And the Saints will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Buccaneers led out by their quarterback, Baker Mayfield. He was in Cleveland and Carolina, and then with the Rams. But now year 2, and it feels like he's found a home. Greg here with the Buccaneers.
As the quarterback takes the field, Mike, it feels like there might be a little bit extra pressure than your standard opening drive. The other team did such a great job taking up the entire first quarter, not only finishing with a touchdown, but letting you know you don't have all day. You might not get a million possessions here to try to score. Every time you have the ball.
A big hole. And he's going to take this one all the way. 72 yards. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. On is Chase McLaughlin for the extra point. He's got it. And the Bucs come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. A very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Saints offense and veteran Alvin Kamara set to take over once more. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Carr. Got it into the hands of Olave. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. How About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
Chris Olave, the intended receiver. It's second down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
He was trying to get it to Alvin Kamara that time, and it's going to be third down.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
This one taken in downfield. It's the fullback. They get 25 on that connection. It's good for a Saints first down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the safety, Jordan Whitehead. And the Buccaneers are going to take over once again at their 37-yard line.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception, but in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
The Buccaneers offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. This one complete. Oh, after the catch, he's hit, and the ball is out. And this is taken in by the defense.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
They'll go play action with Carr. Catch made, right side. It's Johnson. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
We spent so much time talking about these receivers. How fast do they run, Mike? How high do they jump? But so often, the guys that have the most success in the NFL, it's the mental part of the game. It allows them to create separation, find soft spots in the defense, attack defenders. That's exactly what he's able to do here, and really nice connection.
And they're into field goal range now, as he's got the first down at the 26-yard line. Carr. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. It's actually the easiest down in football to operate in. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down? These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, Man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
Go with their fullback trying to get it. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Touchdown, Saints. They're out there to block most of the time, but Greg, great reward for the fullback to carry it in for the touchdown.
Not every team in the league even carries a fullback, but man, if you have one on your roster, Mike, not many better places to use them than down here on the goal line.
On comes Blake Groupie for the PAT. He gets it to go. The Saints will move out to a 14-7 lead. Halftime, coming close, and not much time left as this one is kicked away. The return starts from the 5. Now an opening past the 30. And the kicking team right there, stopping him before he can get to the 15-yard line. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield working from the pistol. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's Mayfield. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports Halftime Report. We just watched a solid first half from the veteran running back, Alvin Kamara. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. The second half, straight ahead. Time to get back to it. And for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. I like we're going to play a big role in who wins this one. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mayfield. He connects with Palmer on that one. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
They send Godwin in motion. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay.
Delay of game. Still 1st down.
Baker going to hand it to White. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now Mayfield. going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. To throw is Mayfield. To the left side, to Godwin. First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a first down.
Well, they finally are able to convert on a third down. And, Mike, when you look back at a box score, some of the biggest indications of how well the game went, of course, you don't want to turn the ball over. How do you execute in the red zone? And then how are you on third down? Third downs typically lead to long drives. Long drives tend to lead to points. It's not a real complicated formula. Stay on the field. The more snaps, the more plays, the better.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the...
White loses the football. And it's recovered by one of his teammates.
So as you start operating your red zone offense, of course it goes without saying, Mike, you're trying to score touchdowns. But the worst case scenario is that you bring your field goal unit and you at least try for 3. You have to protect the ball. Turnovers are the cardinal sin of red zone offense. In this case, they dodge a little bit of a bullet here. The ball comes loose. Fortunately for the ball carrier, his own team recovers it. They can keep their offense on the field and see if they can finish this drive.
A first down on the scramble. A gain of 16. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Sure, they're thinking about the decision after the touchdown since they're down 7. But first, they've got to get the TD. It is first. That one, take it in. Mike Evans. Touchdown, Tampa. A huge touchdown there in the fourth quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the fourth quarter. All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And that's well done by the kicking team. He's only able to make it past the 15-yard line. The Saints offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and they've made him a real weapon in the passing game. Here's Carr throwing from the pistol. This one is caught by Moreau. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. They'll run here. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Well, this has been the story of the entire game, Mike, is just how well this defense has played, particularly against the run. There has been nowhere to operate for this offense, and it continued here on this last play.
Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
I see a lot of tired legs out there on both sides of the field, Mike. Looks like this pass rush has found a little bit of a second wind. They come away with a big-time sack, and it brings up 4th down.
The Saints lining up in punt formation. 2 minutes to play in regulation. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. The Saints will punt this one away. And back deep it is Trey Palmer. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Bucs offense ready to take over once again. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with 1st down. They'll drop to throw. Down the field, it's Evans. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. His throw left side. Oh, after the catch, he's hit, and the ball is out. What a way to start this drive. A second big play. This one for 22. Well, a big play there, and maybe a big break, too. The ball going out of bounds, so they keep possession and keep a little bit of this momentum going, Greg.
We see this across the league so much now, Mike. Defenders are getting so good at ripping that ball out. Unfortunately,
White loses the football, and the defense has it.
just a critical error here, Mike, at this stage in the game. You understand this defense, they are desperate for a stop. They've got to get you off the field, and one of the easiest ways to do it, create a takeaway. You have to secure the ball. Of course, points are great, but none of it matters if you turn the ball over, and these are the kind of mistakes that decide ball games late.
Now, out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. This will begin at their own 13-yard line, so work to do starting with this 1st and 10. Here's Carr. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Now, Carr. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete. So here comes 3rd and 5. Kamara. 18 yards on the pickup there. 1st down, New Orleans. So now the Saints will use the first of their 3 timeouts. Clock is stopped. 47 seconds left here in the 4th. Off the play fake. Here's Carr. Our throw here, right side, falls incomplete. Here's 2nd down. Now Carr. That ball intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Whitehead. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he has his offense set up in great field position inside the red zone.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
Baker Mayfield and the Bucs ready to get back to work. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. So they come to the line for first down and 10. A run with White. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. So we get to a pressure kick, and here's Chase McLaughlin. This to win the game. This kick is good. And the Buccaneers move out in front. The new score, 17-14. So a win here for the visiting Bucs. They get themselves into field goal range for one final shot. The kicker delivers. They avoid overtime and come away with a 3-point victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.